MilfordMD. This morning's project is Lipo 360, that is to say circumferential lipo, that is to say suctioning excess fat that our patient doesn't want out of her abdomen, waists, and hips. We're also doing Vaser this morning. This is this gadget I have right here, and it's blunt on the end. I made a little poke hole, put this little piece of plastic there known as a port, just to protect it from the energy of this device. If you'll come forward a little bit with the camera, when I trigger this, I think you might be able to hear it. It's a very high-pitched sound. Almost like bats, something like that. So that is the sound of fat cells being blasted off of where they're stuck. We're making an emulsion under the skin. And when I'm done with this vasering process, you can see if I turned off the energy, I have a foot pedal. So as I push this in, you can see it sticks there a little bit, doesn't want to go there. But if I turn on the energy and I work this just a little bit like this, I'm quite confident that it'll start going through this area smoothly. So as I continue to talk and work, I think you'll get that idea. So I run around and dump a particular amount of energy into particular sizes of fat that have been numbed with a particular amount of fluid in order to obtain some very specific and particular results. I'm running it in what's called a Vaser mode right now. Funny enough, right, it's a Vaser gadget. I'm running it in Vaser, which is not a continuous mode. I can also put it in a continuous mode. You can see this cannula is not sticking here anymore. It's going quite smoothly. Also, the cannulas have varying numbers of rings on the end, from 1 to 5. Rings help with the movement of the sound waves, which is what this is. It's a high-frequency sound that's bouncing the fat cells off of where they're stuck. So a workhorse is 3 rings. A more aggressive one, a little bit more aggressive, is 2. I seldom use a 1. Typically don't often use a 4 or a 5. Usually a 3, sometimes a 2. I have a lot of work to do here, as you can see, so I'm using a 2. And I Vaser about 60 to 90 seconds per area that I've put roughly 100 cc's of numbing solution into. Said differently, I have about 2,500 cc's, in other words more than half a gallon, of numbing solution in this tummy. That's funny, right? So you can see our patient's awake. She's laughing. You comfortable, 100%? Yes, yeah. She thought that was funny comment. So I'm going to be doing this vasering, and you can see the fat coming out here. This is just an emulsification of fat just coming out through my little port. These are kind of like golf tees as well. I put this little plug in here so my fat doesn't leak out prematurely. We wouldn't want that to happen, right? We're going to suck it out and track it. So I'm going to be vasering here for probably about half an hour, given 60 seconds to 90 seconds of vasering per 100 cc's that I've put in here. The abdomen proper is 2,000 cc's with another 250 on each of the sides. So abdomen proper, I'm going to do between 20 and 30 minutes of the vasering. Then we're going to suck the fat out. And then we're going to have our patient move on her side. And she'll be able to do that easily because she's wide awake and comfortable. And then I will sculpt this so it's an innie instead of an outie side. Then the other side. Then we'll turn over, meaning our patient will turn over. And I will work on the back so that it's nice and sculpted instead of larger. So you're seeing circumferential lipo 360 using a Vaser. Now, why not just suck the fat out? Why bother to do this? Sure, it's a good question. You might see our patient has had some other surgery here as well. There's a scar here. So there are things to know. You know, you definitely want physicians to do these things for you. And you know, we have to make sure that patients don't have hernias, and there are a lot of things to know. So the vasering is just helping to make things easier and smoother, and also giving us some tightening of the skin. There's actually some looseness to the skin. And absent doing a tummy tuck, we should do something for tightening, which might be a laser, such as the Smart Lipo Triplex that we have, or Pro Lipo that we have. We have two of those, or Vaser. Cool sculpting would not accomplish this. It uses applicators that will suck a little bit of fat up in there and freeze and get rid of maybe 20 to 25% per session of whatever fat is sucked up in that applicator. So with cool sculpting, I'm not going to be able to get into all these nooks and crannies. And I don't have a plan to do this more than once, right? The plan is to get in there and get out 100% whatever it is we want to get out today, right here, right now. So thank you for watching yet another episode of Milford MD. Yesterday, you thought I was done. I wasn't done. So, yeah, yesterday we could have shown you, but we didn't. I did some very high-def lipo on an abdomen that is in a gentleman who's a bodybuilder and amazingly ripped, but has had some fullness to his breasts that he wanted to get rid of. In other words, what's called gynecomastia. And so we were busy getting those bits of gristle that make up the key part of the gynecomastia out for him. And that's sort of instant gratification. I don't know. I guess we're too busy yesterday and weren't in the mood to do any talking. Sorry about that. Different day. Today is Lipo 360 with Vaser. Thank you for watching. Milford MD.
All right.